Hello everybody, my name is Carbon and this is my very first YouTube video. Now, this isn't the very first YouTube video I've ever made, but this is the very first video I've done on this channel. And it's also the first video I've made in about 4 years? So we're going to go ahead and try to get back into this. So for our first video, we are going to be playing a game called Crusader Kings 2. If you don't know what this game is, this isn't actually the game, this is a huge overhaul mod for it. Crusader Kings 2 is a game that you can get for free, and it takes place between the year 769 and some year in the 1400s in real history, and you can play anywhere in Europe, Asia, anywhere in that area, and your main goal is basically to get your dynasty and your country to survive for 700 years. This is called Elder Kings. This is a Skyrim, well, not a Skyrim, this is a Elder Scrolls mod for Crusader Kings. As you can see, this is the entire map of Nirn. We have the Somerset Isle over here. We have Tamriel. We have all the other islands over here where the Akavir live, and then the Tangmo, the Poton, all those cool people. So my goal isn't to do a normal run. My goal is to come over here to the Akavir homeland. So where are we gonna play? Over here? Nah. How about here? I don't think so. What about over here where this Redguard lives? The entire point that I have for this run is I'm going to just meme around. I'm going to do games in this series that are just complete bullshit so you don't have to. Now obviously Redguard's not going to make it all the way over here because the Redguards live all the way over here in Hammerfell. But I put one over here just for the heck of it. Basically the goal of this is I want to try to take over all of this island here from the bottom to the top over here, and maybe this as well, and maybe do like some kind of invasion over here in the Tribunal Temple, but that's going to be late game. So I'm going to go ahead and start this and show you what it's really about. And here we are. It says welcome to Crusader Kings 2. This is the message that you get in the beginning. It says in Elder Kings, you play as a feudal lord in Tamriel. We're not actually in Tamriel, we're in Akavir, but, you know, it's Nirn. That's the map in Elder Scrolls. So we're going to go ahead and skip all of this. This just tells you what you're playing. We're not actually playing this. This is just the base template for the character that was over there. I made a custom one. We're not a Kamal Four Winds King. We are a Redguard Crown King, the Alakir. So, as you can see, this is our country right here. This map mode is going to blind you, so we're going to click on this one with a shield, and it's going to show you what you saw earlier. You see all the different little colors. You see the Caraboset up here, which is the biggest island on Akavir as of right now. And then ours is Markamal. It was a different name, but because we're not, what's it called again? Kamal, it's changed. These are actually, oh, they're not. I thought, see, this is a dynasty name. Well, it might just be this, I have no idea. But this is the country name that we have. So as you can see, we are an experienced diplomat, and this gives you a lot of stats. Basically, this determines how much people like you. This is your combat experience, how well you can manage your realm, stuff for spying and stuff, and then just how smart you are. There are a lot of different societies you can join, and I'm not going to spend the entire time going over everything in the game. I expect if you're here watching this, you already know what Crusader Kings is. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to join the Ephemeral Wardens, which is kind of like a bard society. I'm going to come over here, select, visit the guild hall, study a specialization. We're going to become a bard. This gives you diplomacy, focus stats, and a smaller boost to intrigue. Again, diplomacy increases how much people like us, and then intrigue is how well we can manage plots. And there are many different plots. Say I want to come over here, I want to plot to kill this dude, or I want to kidnap him. These rely on your intrigue skill. The higher this is, the higher the chances, and the faster that the plot will fire. So we can come over here, we can find characters, and we're going to invite some of these people at some point. As you guys can see, these are Redguards, and they are also Alakir. You might see a couple Satakals as well. I think I just saw one. Yeah. Satakals are basically just two different denominations of the same religion. That doesn't really matter. We're going to come over here, pick our character focus as family, because we need to get some kids. Because in Crusader Kings, if you don't have a legitimate heir, the game ends when your character dies. We're going to pick an ambition. I want to make a friend so we can get our diplomacy up even higher. I'm going to auto-assign these commanders. Basically, all this does is it just, you know, determines who fights for you in battle. Again, all we have are common people, so that's all you see. Designated region, I'm going to set it as the person with the best stewardship. That way, if for some reason I die, and then my next character is a child, or if I'm turned incapable, then I get all the stats of this region. And stewardship is usually the best. Court physician, this always wants to be the smartest character you have. This will be useful if you get injured or sick. And then court mage, I really haven't found a use for that, so I'm just going to put her there as well. Crown focus, this gives you special events for the little country that you are managing. We're going to go ahead and put it here because that is my capital. And we need to get married. So I'm going to marry someone in the same religion and race, if I can. It's not really that important. I could come over here and marry a Nord, like the Queen of Eastmarch, but I don't really want to do that because I want to keep the same religion and ethnicity over here. There's no point starting as a Red Guard and then turning into a Kamal or a Nord or a Dunmer, which I don't think that's even possible, but, you know. So let's go ahead and marry, I'll pick her, Princess of Hammerfell. And then in this religion, you can actually have 3 wives. So that's going to be a huge increase to all the baby making power that we have. That sounded wrong. I'm going to marry these 3. I'm not going to marry her. It doesn't really matter who it is, as long as we have 3. Or I guess 2 will be okay for now. We'll come back to this. This is just a random family name because it assigns you a random one when you make a new character and you feel like changing it. But you can come over here and change it. You can go like customize house. You can go, woo! You can change the color. You can change your little shape. There, we're going to be like hair combs and then half of a wolf. Okay, we're going to assign these people. Right now it doesn't really matter how much they like us because I'm going to be replacing them with new people soon. But the best thing you can do, if you don't really care about how much your council likes you or not, you can come over here, click a point, and then whoever is at the top is the one you're going to want to select, unless you specifically have another role in mind for them. Now, it's really dangerous to put a spy master on that doesn't like you, because then she can plot to kill you, and then boom, you're dead. But again, she's not going to be there very long, so I'm going to take my chances. Ruler and married wary took care of that. I'm going to dismiss that because I don't have anyone of my faith right now. Consult other decisions. Ooh, look at all this stuff we can do. I'm not worried about it right now. We can write a book, but I'm going to wait until I have a little more money stocked up, so I'm going to dismiss that. No heir in my dynasty. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss that. This will go away on its own in a few seconds. And then this is a piece of land that I have a claim on. But since I'm a different religion, I can actually just use the Conquest Casus Belli. It has no negative effects, but say we're not a warmongering religion or culture, this will not be here. So this would be nice to have. You can also come over here and say, hey, I want you to fabricate a claim on that, and then, you know, depending on how high their stat is, they'll get a claim on it for you. And the higher that it is, the faster that it'll take to get the claim, but the more that it'll cost. So if I want to come over here and I want to invite some people, usually what I do is, as long as they're the same religion, I'll invite everybody with at least a 20. I'm going to invite him because he has a commander trait, aggressive leader level 1. Now, these aren't really good for marshals. They really do not matter at all. But you can come over here to your commanders and then click on this and then just put them in there. But that's the only one with the commander trait that I see. My steward's actually good and she likes me, so I'm not worried about that. The spy master is a lot better and is of my faith. And then you're the best that we can get, so I'm going to go ahead and invite you. I think what I'm going to do is, since this is basically just like a little tutorial, this episode will be me covering the general basics of Crusader Kings and Elder Kings, and then the next episode will be me actually playing the damn game. So if you don't want to see this, most likely after I upload this video, I'll upload the real episode 1 right after it. So if that's what you want to see, then, you know, if you're a Wizard and expert level CK2 player, you can click off of this and just click on the other one. This one will probably be about 20 minutes. So now that I've done all of that, I'm actually not going to do any wars or anything until episode 1. So we're going to leave you right there. I'm going to come over, and you can see on my society I've selected the Ephemeral Wardens. Now this is different from base game Crusader Kings. We have the Union of the Iron Hilts. This is a warrior society. We have the Transcendent Architects. This is a stewardship society. We have the Navigators of Akavir, which is also... No, this might be a Yeah, this is a learning society. This is the stewardship society. And then this is miscellaneous. But I selected this one because I couldn't select the others because I don't have a... Let's see. Let me just show you here. I have the diplomacy focus. If I had the military focus, I could choose this one. If I had the learning focus, I could choose this one. If I had the stewardship focus, I could choose that one. But I didn't, so I just went ahead and picked the miscellaneous one. The Ephemeral Wardens. So Union of the Iron Hilts, you can actually see in standard CK2, the warrior societies only have 4 different ranks. This one has so many that it goes off the screen. So you have to close that. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the higher that you are in this little thing, the higher the chance that you get prisoners from battle and sieges, the more monthly prestige you get, and then your build cost modifier goes down. In the Transcendent Architects, the more you rank up, the more prestige you get, and then the build time modifier goes down a little more than the Warrior Society. And the Navigators, you know, it's prestige in building, and then boom, you know, you get prestige in general opinion and the miscellaneous one. So the reason that I actually picked Diplomat, sure, I could have picked a martial focus and then just instantly decided, hey, I want to take a roll of Akavir on this character. But the thing is, you know, this character could potentially die early. He could die at the age of 25 from some kind of illness or a wound. So I want to get as many people to like me as possible. I want to get a few kids, and then once I manage that and I have at least one kid with a genius trait, then I can afford to go a little bit more overkill. I can't change my education, but I can change my focus in 5 years, and I can change it to war. Once I have at least one kid who's 12 or older and a genius, then I'll move to a reckless trait. These are general fallback traits. As you can see, this is +1 health and plus a little bit of fertility. This is, you know, 2 martial, which is good for combat, but it also gives you 1 health. If I pick war, I can duel people. I get 1 more martial, but I don't get any additional health. So that's why I'm doing that. I want to have something to fall back on. I'm going to go ahead and advance the time a little bit. You also get a trait in this game when you're born. So I have the Serpent, was randomly assigned to me. I get 1 martial and 1 intrigue. Martial's not that important on this character, but the intrigue is nice, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. Not like I have a choice anyway. And then first, oh, okay, these are the people that are joining my court. Here's the first wife. Princess Honora and King Tufan have got married, and you have 2 choices, which is in Vanilla CK2. You can collect money from peasants, or you can decide not to collect money from peasants, which gives you prestige. You can use prestige for Casus Belli's, recruiting people, etc., etc. Because, say, I wanted to make this really, really memey and play like a cult, and a culture that is not prominent, then I wouldn't be able to recruit anybody. It would go from looking like this to this. So I could come over here to my employment list, and I can employ one of these. And the person that you get from this will be your culture and your religion, but not your ethnicity. If your ethnicity is the same as your culture, good. But say if I'm a Kamal and my culture is Red Guard, I will get a Red Guard ethnicity person. No, I will get a... What did I say? Okay, let's try that again. If my culture is Kamal, but I'm a Red Guard, then the person I recruit will be a Kamal ethnicity. This, not this. because the culture is Kamal. But they will be the same religion no matter what. So the weird thing about this is it's completely random who you get. Now once you recruit them, say I want a steward, you can come over here and look at them. This is a terrible steward. Their marshal is better than their stewardship. You can tell them to get the hell out, and I'll never see them again. Just vanish without a trace is what it says. But I'm going to recruit the people that I can. Let's wait until it gets done with that. And then as you can see, this person has raised their troops because they've gone to war. Now while I'm doing this, someone could potentially declare war on me, but it's very unlikely because he only has 330 troops. He has 457, he has 562, and I have 865. Now, this would be a formidable opponent. However, their land is not directly connected to mine. To be able to use the Casus Belli claim, if I can actually click on someone I can do it on, I have to border them. So if I come over here, I have the Conquest CB. If I come over here, I have the Conquest CB. But if I go to Dir Kamal, I do not have it. I only have established tributary state. And this is a late game Casus Belli. You don't actually get the land, but you do extort money and manpower from them. But to be able to do that, we have to come over here to technology, and legalism has to be here. This yellow bar has to be right here. So that's not going to happen. Now that I've recruited those people, we can come back, and you have to be very careful about doing this. Once you get someone you want, make sure that you really do want them. Because once you remove somebody from the council, let's just keep an eye on this character. This guy's named Zam. So I'll replace him with her because she's the best. And then go over to my court. Zam Soshet. He hates me because I just fired him from the council. It's a -5 because he was recently fired, and then a -15, which will last 10 years because I booted him. Now the recent will go away in 2 years, but the -15 will stay there. So in 2 years, this will turn from a -56 to a -51. And as you guys can see, something that they've added to Elder Kings, you can actually see that every ethnicity has a purpose. The Kamal are very warmongering, so they have +2 martial, -1 learning. The Red Guards are a bit in between. They have +1 martial, +1 intrigue, -1 learning. The only people that get a plus from learning are the Mer. So, the Malmer, the Altmer. As you guys can see, Colovian humans, +1 martial, +1 stewardship, -1 learning. That's about everything that I can think of that's important. So I think this is going to be the end of the tutorial video. Let me just show you around a little bit of the map. The islanders are up here. There's the Quay, and then the actual Akaviri Islanders, and then the Tusky, which are snake people, and then monkeys. Then over here, they're mostly human, except for the Dunmer to the northeast, and then these few Bosmer elves. But other than that, and like a few orcs up here in this little area, everybody is human. So that's going to be the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys did enjoy. Again, I have not made videos in years. If you did watch all the way through and you're like, I really fucking hate this video, this guy sucks ass, put as much constructive criticism, if that's what you want to call it, in the description down below, little comments, and be like, hey, you fucking suck, and this is why, and I will pay attention to that. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys hopefully in episode 1. Take care.